Now, before I start this video, for anyone out there that lives in Las Vegas and you want to work with new media, you want to cover fights live, go ahead and get in contact with my man Aki on Instagram. That's his information right there on the screen. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So, to no one's surprise, at least not too many people's surprise, if you know Roy Jones' history, when he talks boxing, he comes out and he defends Canelo Alvarez, saying that Canelo Alvarez has earned the right to fight whoever he wants. Now, before I even get deeper into this, I want to let you guys know, I did an interview with Roy Jones years ago when I was living in Las Vegas. This was around the time that Chocolatito Gonzalez, he had just hopped on the scene, and no one knew who he was. This was before he was consistently fighting in America. In old media, they were putting him #1 on almost all of their pound-for-pound lists. A lot of boxing fans, they didn't know who Gonzalez was until they started to see his name on pound-for-pound lists. I know I was the same way. I didn't know who he was. So at this time, Roy Jones, he was just following old media's narrative because I asked him who did he think was pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world. Now, understand, guys, at this time, the torch was passed down from Floyd Mayweather to Andre Ward when it came to who the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world was. So in that interview I did with Roy Jones, we debated on this topic. This was after Andre Ward won the Super 6 tournament. Now, understand, guys, because a lot of people don't know this, but Andre Ward in that tournament, he was not one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. Well, not only did Andre Ward end up winning the tournament, but he ended up beating 2 fighters that were on the top 10 pound-for-pound list. Imagine that. You enter a professional tournament where you're fighting against 2 guys that are on the pound-for-pound list, and you beat them both. It was Carl Froch and Miguel Kessler. They were the favorites to win the entire tournament. So when it came to Roy Jones comparing Chocolatito Gonzalez to Andre Ward, you had one fighter who had already beat 2 guys on the pound-for-pound list, and you had another fighter who had never beat anyone on the pound-for-pound list. So how can he be higher on that same pound-for-pound list? And just to give you guys a little bit of comic relief, I want to show you guys this graphic. So this is the expert poll. This is how ESPN decides who they're going to put on the top of their pound-for-pound list. This is what they're calling an expert poll. This was the poll that they conducted in 2016 when they had Roman Gonzalez at #1. They have 9 writers, and they all get to vote on where these fighters should be ranked on that list. This is their pound-for-pound list for 2016. You see who they have on the list. Not only did they have Gonzalez at #1, but to add insult to injury, they had Andre Ward at #5, Terrence Crawford at #4, and then you see they have Sergey Kovalev at 3 and Golovkin at #2. Andre Ward was more accomplished than everyone on this list at the time, and that was before he beat Kovalev twice. But look at how the writers voted. 8 out of the 9 writers, they voted for Gonzalez at #1, and 1 voted for him to be #2 on the list, which further proves the bar is set so much lower when it comes to fighters on the hope list, getting to fight whoever he wants, or he can fight whoever he wants. He's earned the right. He said that David Benavidez has been chasing Canelo for a long time. He said it's a tough fight for Canelo, tougher than people think. Nah, Roy, everyone knows that that's a tough fight for Canelo, including Canelo himself, obviously.
He been wanting that danger. He been asking for that for a long time. It ain't him that's been saying no. It's but Canelo haven't really took it yet, but it's not David that said no. Canelo said he didn't want to fight another Mexican. David been chasing Canelo for years now. And it's a tough fight for him, tougher than people think. But, I mean, I think David definitely wants to fight. I just don't know. I think Canelo probably waiting for the time.
So Roy Jones, he goes from saying that Canelo Alvarez, maybe he's just waiting for the right time. Now Roy is saying that Canelo Alvarez, he can fight whoever he wants. He doesn't have to fight David Benavidez if he doesn't want to. He's not considered one of the best fighters in the world, at least not if we're being extremely honest. So if Canelo can fight whoever he wants, that means he could have fought Bivol in a rematch to avenge that loss. Ask Roy Jones right now, if he was in Canelo Alvarez's shoes, would he fight David Benavidez? Right now, Canelo Alvarez is 34 years old. Ask Roy Jones, how come when you were 36 years old and you were considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world, how come no one ever said Roy Jones has earned the right to fight whoever he wants? Why is it when Floyd Mayweather was 38 years old, after he had just beat Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao was considered #2 pound for pound on the list when he beat him. How come no one was saying that Floyd Mayweather has earned the right to fight whoever he wants? Man, do you guys remember? Old media and the rest of the race fans, they were pushing for Floyd Mayweather to move up to middleweight and fight Gennady Golovkin. Listen, man, I don't care what Canelo does anymore. If he wants to cherry pick for the rest of his career, let him do it. He's not even relevant anymore. Because if Canelo no longer wants to fight the best, then that means these fights he's doing are just exhibitions. So let him continue doing his exhibitions. But once again, he should not be considered one of the best fighters in the world if he is admitting to the public that he no longer wants to fight the best. And he should be stripped of all his belts so the fighters that truly want to go out and fight the best and prove that they're the best can fight for those belts. I mean, it's ridiculous when you think about the fact that it wasn't that long ago that David Morrell and David Benavidez, they were in line to fight against Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo, he avoided them both. And instead of him being stripped of his titles so they can fight for those belts, they were pretty much forced to move to another weight class to search for another title shot. So they did everything they were supposed to do to get a title shot at 168, and the system still didn't work for them in boxing because the sport is obviously saturated with corruption. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
What's stopping from that fight from him facing Canelo? What do you think it's stopping that fight?
Canelo's a little nuts.
You think so?
That's all it is. He's scared deaf. Canelo is scared. Scared. You know, he fought Benavidez, he get knocked out. He get
like when I guys, always I say this, you share that video and put whatever you want. When I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico. And that's why. But I don't care. I fight anybody. And I fight all my entire life anybody. What do you think? I don't want to fight with one Mexico or Benavidez. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. But look, what he's accomplished? Nothing. One single champion, Anthony Dirrell. Please, don't disrespect myself. Please, guys.
So the question there was, you've mentioned that you're going to need time to recover. You know, I suppose.
No more question because I'm a little mad and I'm tired.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo-Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.